I asked her if she thought that Slick raped her or sex. I was like, as a woman, if this is your story, you should be able to tell it, right? I was fine with her, the twit longer, fine, right. She was going to write a twit longer. And I asked her if
I don't know why she has to be fine with it. I don't want to be like too analyze Andy, but why does she have to be fine with something? Why does she have to green light somebody's story? I don't.
She thought that Slick raped her or sexually assaulted her. And at the time,
because it's a conflict of interest. Pretty sure she was with me at the time as a couple, or I'm pretty sure they weren't not together. Okay, it's a incredible conflict of interest that two parties that live there depend on it, especially her in a relationship, are sent, and then she feels like she has to green light a story that goes against somebody. Okay, that is part of that circle slash. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying.
We agreed, or at the time, she said no. So I said, okay, could you include that in your twit longer then? And she said, okay. She still wanted to tell her whole story. She said everything that happened that night in that twit longer. She wrote out what had happened that night. And then she wrote, to be clear, he did not rape or assault me, but his actions did make me uncomfortable. She wrote out the whole twit longer. She showed me it. And I said, thank you for including that, because I didn't want added speculation to what was happening with Slick. I didn't think of it as a rape.
Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry to say, man, bro, listen, there are some things to go hard on, some things not to go hard on. I think this is just conflict of interest. I think it's just, yeah, I don't know. Conflict of interest. Massive.
Or honestly, I didn't think of it as a sexual assault at the time. The way we were talking about it, what had happened.
Alpha
and
X.
She said that she didn't feel like it was like that. And was there a power dynamic in that situation? Because I'm a bigger streamer, yes. And I feel bad about that. It was.
Well, it's not only about that. It's that she's with the dude who sent them, who like Slick and don't want him out. That's the problem. That's the problem. It's not that she's a bigger streamer. It's that they're all bigger streamers, and she wants to be part of that. And she was sent by the dude who wants to defend the guy that fucked her over. How would people know? People don't understand this. It's just like a simple fucking concept.
It wasn't my intention to introduce that to the situation. I wasn't trying to impose that on her. I wasn't trying to pressure her, you know, or like force her into saying something. But did it naturally exist? Yes. But all I went there for was I
asked for the sake of themselves. Ask for the sake of themselves. Not ask for the sake of the victim. Okay? You guys understand some of these dynamics, okay? Okay. These people, victims especially, are very on edge about coming out with their own story. They're dealing with a lot of fucking trauma and a lot of ideas and a lot of doubt. Anything that goes against them, anything that is even a little bit of pressure in the other way will snowball in massive capacity. Okay? So then you have to be very careful not to word things and be in certain dynamics that it would make them not do it or downplay it, which this is a massive concern in this case, bitch.
I'm going to show these because I think that it helps a little bit. This is from when it had happened. July 6th, I asked if she was okay. She said, yeah, she's hanging.
Maya understands it as not a sexual assault. Yeah, of course she is biased in that way because they have way more to lose. End of story. She's already pre-biased on like multiple counts. Just send somebody else, bro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
And in there, I said, I'm fine. Thank you for talking to us today. I'm sorry, talking to us being me, Mitch. I'm sorry for everything that you had to do.
Yeah, I don't know why she leaks this. If you watched her stream, she was even leaking her own DMs, saying shit like, being okay after it had happened. Okay, what about it? Like, if I do something wrong with somebody, right? If I fuck them over, and they did like, you know what, dude, man, it was fine. If the thing is very wrong, it is not fine. It is not fine. What the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't
deal with today, me, Mitch, and Miz.
Doesn't prove anything.
And I said, I'm sorry for what happened with Slick. I know what it's like to be assaulted, feel triggered, blah, 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 To deal with those feelings in the public eye is a lot. And she said, thank you so much for helping me with this. It's just a lot of anxiety. I was there with her while she was writing it, but it was not like a...
Wait, that's self-report.
I'm not like holding a gun to this girl's head. I'm not like trying to pay her off. I'm not blackmailing her.
That's fucking self-report.
But I mean, she... Yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense. It's...
So then she goes to... Okay. So then timeline is she knows... she says it's not assault and she understands it not to be, and then talks her into making it not to be, but then afterwards DMs her saying that she acknowledged that it is. It doesn't get corrected, and it just goes through as they know it's assault or whatever. So then, now we know for a fact. Now this black and white, we know for a fact that is a massive self-report.
Into saying what I want her to say.
End of story. That's just it.
But I mean, she... Yeah, I don't know if I'm making sense. It's really, really hard to see if I'm making sense to any of you. I feel like I'm blind right now because I obviously can't read this chat. But wow. That's where that ended. So we cleared up, or we talked about what had happened. I asked if she was going to share a story, if she could include that.
And as the investigation, she talked about herself. Okay, so, I relate to being assaulted, even though you weren't. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's like, what is this guy even saying? What? Even though she's talking about herself being assaulted in the past, which I understand, you're trying to relate to somebody that would have lived through something different? Like, are you fucking stupid or some shit, bro? Like what?
A lot of anxiety. I was there with her while she was writing it, but it was not like a... I'm not like holding a gun to this girl's head. I'm not like trying to pay her off. I'm not blackmailing her into saying what I want her to say. I'm sorry for inserting myself.
Okay, you're like the 80th person that says this. I'm so tired of saying this, bro. I'm so tired, bro. You don't know how life works. Just moving on, man.
Into any of this in the first place. I'm sorry for what it's done to Adriana. Truly, like I will talk to Adriana off stream about this as well. I am sorry about what's happened because of it. I've been very separated from all of that for a very long time now. Just been like living.
I think my only problem with this overall is that I feel like there's a lot on other people above her and people around or whatever in a circle. I feel like she's trying to like save herself. Okay, which is fine, I guess. Save herself. But there are people to be thrown under the bus. Just throw them under the bus. People that did wrong, dumb shit. Just throw them under the bus, man. It's not even that big of a deal.
By myself, doing my own thing.
Somebody did wrong and fucked up. Throw them under the bus.
But
fuck, man.
This whole thing really sucks. It's a crazy week here on Twitch. But if there's any of you in there, can you tell me if that makes sense? If there's anybody here, yeah, okay. The gist of it is, I woke up. We all thought that Slick was gonna be, gonna have to move out, and that everything was ending. Slick was my best friend at the time. I went over to try to figure out what happened. We talked about what happened. I wanted to clear up what...
I feel like if you can do something like this, okay, man, I don't know why she just didn't take a notepad on screen and just write it down or whatever, so it's kind of unified and you just go for it and just tell the story one tap. I mean, because if the thing fluctuates on the way up and the wording changes, like...
what happened, and I asked if she could include that it wasn't rape or sexual assault, because at the time she said that it wasn't. But she wanted to share that it made her uncomfortable, and she wanted to share her story. She did. And she tweeted it. But that was the end of it, and I'm sorry for the power dynamic that was naturally put in place there.
Like, see, like, this is gonna be all night. It's a fuck the excellent trainer only acting like they did so much of a shit because they'd gamma been criticized. Bro, just knowing this shit, because I fucking hate knowing some of this shit. Bro, Train was fucking losing sleep on that garbage. man. I can talk to some of these people in that circle with a straight face. I can interact with them like humans, like normal times.
Hey, Mr. X,
just seeing
it's
them,
my 26th
talking with them,
anniversary
it was
and
altered.
I wanted to send out good vibes.
Like everything was
the juice.
odd and off, with
XQCL.
like very eerie vibes about this shit. You're talking to somebody who did or covered up something very wrong every time, every day, motherfucker. Like, how do you not act like that's not like a big deal or some shit? I don't know why you're being this way. What? These OTK people, man, I swear, dude.
I'm sorry for saying that everything would be okay. Genuinely, I thought that it would be. I didn't know that Slick messaged people, and I don't have control over the social scene like that, you know? Like I don't have control over like who gets invited to everything and like who hangs out and who's they're like blacklisted, and you know, I don't have control over that, but I'm sorry that it turned into that. But that
I mean, it's kind of sad to say, but I mean that was the deal, and they didn't hold their part of the deal. So like, I don't know.
That's my side of it. Again, I'm not here to defend anybody. Besides, I'm just trying to explain to you what happened that day. I just want everybody to understand that I'm not there, like blackmailing or holding a gun to her head or saying like, don't tweet this, tweet that, you know, like I don't feel like I forced anyone into anything. And I'm just like, God, I feel really bad. I feel really, really bad. And
so what were they there for then?
This sucks, and I wish I was never involved in it, and I wish I never.
Because initially, all they heard from my account of Barry saying this is that Barry had texted and said, "Slick is done," and their reaction to this "Slick is done" is, "Oh, let's go talk to the victim and inquire about this in a very healthy way, Shirley." Like I don't
everyone
fucking
over there,
know, bro.
and
come on, who buys this shit?
Who
buys this shit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who buys this?
So, I'm sorry. And some people are saying that I'm minimizing. I'm sorry if it feels like I'm minimizing. Again, I'm not trying to defend anybody or anybody's actions or anything. I just want people to understand that I didn't go there on some, like, Operation Undercover cover-up. Okay? It wasn't, like, some, like... You know, it wasn't like that. I don't know. I want to say that I meant well for everyone involved, and that's just like, I know that's a lot to say, and I know it sounds stupid. So it kind of sucks, but yeah, that's what happened, and I think that's all I can say. I mean, that's the truth of what happened. You guys can watch Adriana's stream. You know, you can listen to this and you can believe what you want to believe. But that is all that I have to say about it. Again, I'm just really, really sorry to Adriana for the way that this played out in the.
Oh yeah, true. Actually, why did you remove her from the all videos? That's what I heard too. I heard that after shit went down, whatever, she got manually removed from her Discord.
Past year that I was unaware of.
Which doesn't mean much, but the small parts usually are the foundation of make what a story hold. And sometimes when these small cogs don't add up, the big wheel doesn't turn. Does that make sense?
Again, I just like didn't know that was a thing. I'm sorry for not talking to her also before I went live, because I know she just ended. I just wanted to go live, like, to clear the air, because I am just like under fire, you know, and I really just wanted to go live and clear it. But I will talk to her. I'm sorry for everything, and it's just like so unfair that she's gotten roped into these situations multiple times, like the first time how it happened and this time, and that it's unfair that her career has been affected by it. It's unfair that her social life has been affected by it, because you know, she's a victim in this situation, and it's all very sad and very unfortunate. And I'm just really sorry that I was ever involved and that I contributed to her
Why? But did anybody? I mean, they said that they feel and this and that. But did anybody really check up on her or whatever, or initiate to do contact again to see how it's going on? Because it looks like in all those DMs after that, it seems like it's completely flat and just nothingness. I don't know.
Suffering.
I don't know the small cog, but whatever, dude.
So yeah, that is my side of the story. Again, want to keep that really quick and pretty clear and concise. I hope that makes sense to everybody. But that's all I got.
Shooty tweet. I mean, I was winning all day, but this unfortunately doesn't really fit the agenda. So we're gonna have to wait maybe another week, maybe 2 weeks. It's coming. It's gotta be shortly.
That's all I can.
Just give it a minute, dude.
That's all I can tell you. Again, cannot defend anybody else. I really can't. So. Except for Mitch.
What? Tweeting about actual allegations of, very serious things about sexual assault and whatever in our circle, in our inner friend circle. Tweeting shit about someone who says the truth, who possibly has 1 or 2 viewers who hate women in an audience of thousands. Real shit. Must get onto that. Fuck punkers.
Not that he's really getting
Jesus,
shit for
man.
it, but
Come
Mitch was
on,
just
man.
kind of Mitch didn't do nothing. He was just there. But yeah, that's all that I can say. I think that's it.
Yeah, but I agree to that. Fucking Mitch was chilling. I don't think anybody should. Yeah, whenever shit like this happens, a lot of people try to find people that did wrong, and they try to harder even more and more people. And sometimes that's justified. But Mitch is chilling into this. Mitch was really scared he was gonna get a lot of collateral for just being there or whatever. That's just kind of how it is.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
To me, anyway, from hearing about all the stories on Discord, on the group call, it looked like he was chilling.
Sorry. Sorry for being involved. I'm sorry for getting involved. I'm sorry to Adriana. I'm sorry about everything that happened. I'm sorry that this is such a mess. I'm sorry that it's piling on to this week on Twitch. I hope that makes sense to you all. I think that's all. I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say.
I just don't know why they didn't talk about this further when it happened. That's all. I mean, I don't know.